Hey, what's going on, guys? Um, this is Mr. T. I'm bringing you a trade recap of this week. Okay, so you may have seen today, this week was pretty rough. The market was, for the most part, very, very jumpy, very, very erratic. That is mostly due to the EU and UK Brexit deal that took place on Wednesday. Most pound pairs, euro pairs, and even safe haven pairs such as CF, JPY were very erratic. They were very jumpy. We may have seen a lot of shake off, a lot of manipulation. The market was, for the most part, not stable, and that type of a thing. However, let's just go into what it is that we have been looking at this week in particular. First up is the CHF JPY. This was, to me, and in a certain way still is, one of my most favorite setups for this week. But obviously, this is one pair that burned me quite a bit this week. Okay, so we had an upward trend structure that has formed, and it still is within the structure even on the higher time frames. We have price trading above the 50 moving average, and at the time when this setup was called, um, uh, price was also trading above the 50 retracement ratio on the Fibonacci. And also we had a daily trend line bounce. Okay, so these were the factors that confluenced this trade setup. So looking at how it is looking now, obviously this inline trend line was intercepted quite a lot, and that's where a lot of manipulation took place. As we can all see that it did go as far as hitting the 30 pip stop loss, 32 pip stop loss. So that's a loss that we incurred on Monday. And then we did see it form back into structure. I jumped back in and then pulled back to below entry. And it was showing signs now that or rather before the Brexit thing, it was almost as if it's gonna, it failed to respect these trend lines and that it was possibly going to drop to this trend line down here. And even that didn't surface. However, looking at the structure, I'll just remove this inline trend line. It's no longer necessary. And then we can see that, okay, for the most part, we have somewhat a triangle that has formed. My sentiment still is very bullish. I would still want to see market settle. However, I would say for everyone, let's watch out how it breaks out of this trend line, and let's find a retest that it will present for us to take the trade. So we cannot act on this until then. Let us see how it behaves around this symmetric triangle. So with a symmetric triangle, it can break on any side. It can break on the downside, retest. Upon retest, then we can take it to this trend line here for about an 80 to 90 pips. We'll see. Also because, market has formed, we could see that market is, okay, let me read this. Market is forming sort of like a structure to the downside. You see, it's been creating highs that are lower than the previous highs. If we consider this structure right here, this high is lower than this one right here, there. So we will see. We don't know what will still hold. However, with regards to the daily trend line, daily structure, and weeklies is still showing bullish. My sentiment is still long. Okay, looking at the USD CAD, which was also stalling quite a lot this week. Let's see, price was bouncing from the ascending trend line from the October 18th. It seems to be reacting even now, but this may be only to induce early sellers before more upside movement. Okay, sell limit around this zone. Okay, let's see. Once triggered and respected, a drop to the below trend line is 100 pips. So this would be 100 pips. We could be more if with the potential breakout. So now let's see how this played out. USD CAD. Okay, so CHF JPY was a losing trade. Okay, so CHF JPY is still within our range. Although we can see that market has been very choppy, a lot of consolidation was taking place this week. So since we called this out at around there or so, I don't know, we did see this we did see the sell limit orders being triggered, and I know most of our guys in the premium group are still on this, are still holding on to this USD CAD sell setup. So we cannot say for sure if the manipulation has taken place, because this is a range of consolidation that market has just been ranging on the entire week. It would be nice to see it break below, and then we will be able to look out for a retest and a trade to the downside, or rather a confirmation for a move to the downside. So this one is not too bad, except that it didn't yield as results as fast as we had anticipated. So it was just a game of patience. It still is, as a matter of fact. Okay, but it seems to be playing out nicely, so we'll see. Okay, pound yen has been reacting quite nicely within the current market structure. Price reached the sensitive supply area around that zone. Okay, must have had a shaded box there to show the supply area. So and it quickly reacted. Okay, we may see a drop for over 400 pips. However, this was a sell stop on my zone right over there. Let's see GBP JPY on it daily. Okay. Now, what happened with this one? This one did play out yesterday, I remember. However, we were able to see it move 80 pips in our direction. I was able to see 80 pips, so it's like 100 or so. But I was able to see to 80 pips before I modified my stop loss, and then I got stopped out while I was still in profit when it went back, as you can see. And then, but it seems that it's playing in structure. I'm not on the trade right now. I'm not on pound trades at the moment, but it seems to be playing quite nicely. What I would say is that I wouldn't encourage anyone taking any trades on these on this pair today, on any pound pair, as a matter of fact, particularly today, maybe not even tomorrow. However, at the candle close, maybe the next tomorrow's candlestick may give us an entry. We will see how it goes. But for today, market is too erratic. But there's still much. Let's see how much more. About 400 pips still to go. So this one was fine. This one was fine, and it still is fine. I want to know if anyone is on this trade on the premium group. Please let me know. Who else? AUD USD. AUD USD. This one was a nice setup. Okay, so pretty much, ultimately, I would say we are seeing a trend reversal. However, market was signaling that it has potential to go to the downside a little bit before we can take off on the opposite direction. But the only thing with this setup, even though it is a definite double bottom and an anticipated head and shoulder, is the fact that market did not produce for us a high that's higher than the previous one. So for that, I'm a bit skeptical. We could see market consolidate. It's still also possible that market can consolidate before it goes further. So this one as well did play out nicely, and it was very instant. And I know the guys at the premium were able to collect pips on this one. It was very instant in that, immediately we were able to see it go down. Oh, this was the 80 pip, not GPJY. Okay, now this, I know guys were able to collect pips on this one, and then now it's already moving to the upside. But then it's going to be very interesting to see how it behaves within this key zone, particularly this week. I would love to see it break above and come back for a retest. That's the only time when I'm going to trade it, because I would have traded it there. That was in line with all my technicals and in my Fibonacci, but I missed this trade. However, I will be able to, I'll only be able to trade it if it gives me a bounce and a retest on this structure right there. Okay, that's it with regards to the technicals that were sent out, that I in particular sent out on Monday. Okay, I hope it provides some sort of ideas to where we are with these trades and what we can expect from these currency pairs. Otherwise, thank you so much. God bless.